All right, we have our letter here, and there are just two more things we need to do before we can send it off. First thing we want to do, if we scroll down in the letter, you can see in this paragraph right here, we're talking about our educational and experience achievements, and it'd be nice to highlight our educational experience from the college. So let's create a little bit of space here. We can click right in front of the I here and hit the Enter key, and we've created an extra space. And now let's go here, and what we'd like to do is give a list of our accomplishments in what we've learned about computers. But we could do a simple list, but even better would be to create a nice table that would list the various things. So let's do that. To insert a table, it's pretty simple. You just go up to the Insert tab and click on the Table button. Then you can choose what kind of table you want. We want just 2 columns and 3 rows, like so. There it is. There's our table. Now all we need to do is fill in the information in the various cells. So we'll go here. Hit the Tab key to go to the next cell, and you can see we'll jump through to the end of this. There we go. We've typed in our data. Our table is pretty much finished, except let's fix it up a little bit. You notice the size is a little too big, and there are a couple of ways we can use to change that size, make it a little smaller. Let's scroll down a little bit so we can see the whole table. There we go, the table. And now you notice when we have our Show Hide button on and we click someplace inside the table, we have this nice little button in the lower right corner, which has a diagonal arrow going up to the left and down to the right. And we can use that to change the size of our table. Change both the width and the height. And you see it changes both columns, and that's pretty nice, but let's try another way too. If we undo that, click the undo button, another thing we can do is go up to the Layout tab. Remember, when we have a table selected, there are 2 tabs, the Design tab and the Layout tab. And in the Layout tab, we have an Autofit option with two options. Within that, we have the Autofit Contents and the Autofit Window. Autofit Window just fits to the window, which it's already done. Or we can click here and choose Autofit Contents, which will fit the table to the width of whatever's in the cells. And that shrunk it down to a pretty nice size, but maybe it's a little too tight. So let's just widen that out a little bit. We'll grab that sizing handle and bring it out a little bit more. Good. Now we have our table, but it would be nice if our table were to have a little better design. And if we click anywhere in the table, we can then go up to our Design tab, and we can take advantage of one of these styles here. If you click on the More button, it shows you all the different styles. We've got banded rows and colors and various things which look pretty nice. But it's a small table, so maybe a very simple style would look good. If we go up here to the plain tables, and we can choose this one here, which is when the screen tip pops up, Table Grid Light, which is perfect. Okay, puts a nice light grid line, or nice like border around the table. Okay, good. Another thing we might want to do is center our table on the page, and we can go up here and click in the button in the upper left, which selects the table. And this button here is very useful for moving our table. We can manually move it to what looks like the center, and that's nice, but it's better if we select our table like so, and then go up to the Home tab and click on the Center button, which will perfectly center our table on the page. Okay, let's look outside to see what it looks like. It looks pretty nice. We have a nice table, and anytime you have a list of information, table would be a good way to present it.